Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's makeup tutorial is going to be this dramatic plum cut crease look and this deep burgundy lip. Started, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm actually going to be using this as my eye primer today. I'm just going to be rubbing it in with my fingers from my lid all the way up into my brow bone. This is just a lighter option rather than an eye primer. I'm going to be setting it with a powder just because this will ensure that it won't move and it just makes sure that it will stay matte. And then for the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be using the Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay and taking this matte pinkish brown shade. I'm going to be taking this as our first transition color. This is just going to make the rest of the purple colors we apply blend a lot easier, and this will just kind of make it all look really nice and flawless. So I'm just taking that on a big fluffy blending brush and just applying that into the crease, just making sure that it's really well blended. And I am kind of extending it outwards to kind of lift up my eyes a little bit and to give us that nice elongated cat eye look. And then I'm going to be taking Sketch eyeshadow from MAC, and I'm going to be using this as our next shade in the crease. I'm going to be taking this on a shader brush and then taking the point of that shader brush. I'm going to be using that to sort of define the cut crease. And I am going to be blending out that shadow with a blending brush and going back and forth into that colour, depending on how dark you actually want it to be. I'm going back and forth a few times just to make sure that it's really well blended, and also to make sure that pigmentation of that purple is really nice and deep. And then I'm going to be taking this colour right on the end of this palette. It's kind of like a shimmery purpley black colour. I'm going to be using this as the darkest colour today just to give it a little bit more definition and just to make it look really nice and deep and dramatic. You can totally skip this step if you don't want it to look as dramatic as mine. This is a very dramatic eye look, so to kind of cut it down a little bit, you can skip the black and kind of just keep it to the purple. Next, I'm going to be taking Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC, and I'm going to be using this to sculpt out and clean up, and that's how we get that really nice defined cut crease look. You just want to make sure that you clean up the area that you really want. This is the easiest method to do a cut crease in my opinion, and it's just really easy. You just take a brush you feel really confident with and just gradually build up. Go higher and higher until you're happy with how high that cut crease is sitting. As you can see, mine is just sitting just above where my crease naturally is. To set and to brighten that paint pot, I'm going to be taking this off-white shade from that Naked 3 palette, and I'm just going to be patting it all over the lid just to mattify everything, make sure that it stays in place, and as you can see, it does brighten it a little bit as well. Again, you can totally go for a different colour if you wanted it to be less dramatic. I know this is quite bright, but I wanted to go for something quite dramatic today, so you could go for something shimmery as well, but I wanted to keep it matte. And what I'm going to do as well is just clean up the sides of the eye just to clean it up and to make it look a lot more precise on the outer corner, and this just makes everything look a lot more neat. Next, we're going to get started on that wing of liner. I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Super Liner pen, and I'm going to be kind of sculpting out where I want my eyeliner to go. I wanted to go for quite a thick wing today. I do have a tutorial more in depth on how to get your winged eyeliner to be perfect, so I will link that down below for you guys if you do want to see that tutorial. And I am going on top of it with the Balm Schwing liner just because this is the blackest eyeliner I own, and it just kind of deepens everything and it just makes everything look a lot neater and a lot blacker. Next, I'm just going to apply my false lashes as always. These are the Isla 126 lashes. I'm going to be applying them with some tweezers and then just applying some mascara afterwards to make my natural lashes blend into the false ones. I didn't want to go for anything too thick on the lashes today because I wanted it to be all about the makeup and I wanted you to be able to really see the eyeshadow and the eyeliner. Next, I'm going to be priming my face with the Olay Moisturizer and Primer 2-in-1. I've been really loving this primer recently. It's really, really nice. It really hydrates the skin and it also primes at the same time, which I really love. Then I'm taking my EX1 foundation. This is in the color F300 and I'm just going to be applying this all over my face in little dots, and then I'm going to be blending it out with the same brush I always use. This is the Real Techniques sculpting brush. I absolutely love this brush to blend in my foundation. I just feel like I get such a flawless finish with it. It's so quick and it's so easy, so I absolutely love this method of blending in my foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, but if you do want to see how I do my eyebrows, I will link the tutorial down in the description box for you. Next, I'm just applying my concealer, and I'm applying it in all the areas I usually like to highlight. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It's my favorite, you guys know that by now. And I'm just blending that in with the Real Techniques sculpting brush again, and also the Sigma 3D HD precision brush, just because I love this brush. I can't live without it, and it's just the easiest thing for me to blend in my foundation and concealer. Once that's all blended in, I'm going to be setting those areas with the Soap & Glory Instant Retouch Powder. This is the best powder ever in my opinion. I absolutely love it, and I'm just setting all the areas where I applied the concealer and just making sure that it's really well set so that it doesn't move and it looks nice and flawless. Next, I'm going to finish off the eyes. I'm taking some black pencil and applying it to my waterline. You can totally go for a white or a nude if you don't want it to be as heavy as this, but like I said, I'm going for the whole thing, so I went for black. And I am going to be applying some gel eyeliner on the inner corner. This is the Inglot 77 liner, and I'm taking a tiny little liner brush and just creating a little feline flick on the inner corner. This does make things a lot more dramatic, so again, if you want to tone it down a little bit, you can totally skip this step, but this does create a lot more drama to the eyes. So yeah, I'm just running that along the bottom lash line as well. This will just add a little bit of definition down there before we apply the eyeshadow. I'm just taking some of that sketch eyeshadow and just running it on the bottom lash line just to make things look a little bit more balanced, and also just to soften the liner as well. And then I'm finishing off with some mascara. This is the MAC Mineralized Mascara, and I'm just applying a nice thick coat of this to my bottom lashes to make sure that they look nice and full, just like the top ones. Next, I'm going to be bronzing my skin, and I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm taking the color Havana, and I'm just going to be using this to bronze my skin basically all over. I didn't want to go for anything too much because, again, there's a lot going on the eyes, and I am going to be doing a bold lip as well, so I'm just going for a little bit of bronzing around the face, and I'm just going to basically leave it as that. I am going to apply a little bit of highlighter, but apart from that, I'm just keeping it quite simple. I'm taking this banana shade from the contour kit also, and I'm just running it underneath my bronzer a little bit just to add a little bit of shape to my face. This will just give the appearance of a more contoured face without actually having to contour, so this just gives my face a little bit more structure. And then I'm also just contouring my nose a little bit just because I feel like I kind of needed it with this look. And then I'm applying some highlighter to the tops of my cheekbones. This is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter, and I'm just applying it on all of the areas that I want to appear a little bit more glowy. And then finally, for the star of the show in my opinion, this is the Night Moth liner from MAC, and I'm just running this literally along my lip line, and then I'm going to fill in my lips with this as well. This is a very, very, very dark lip pencil. It's almost like a very dark wine color, so if you don't like anything this dark, I would recommend either going for Vino from MAC, which is more like a reddish wine color. It's a little bit lighter than this, or Currant, which is more of a purple. They are both a lot more natural than this. This is almost like a blacky purple, like it's really dark. So I'm just going to fill in my lips with this also, and make sure you hydrate your lips beforehand, otherwise this won't glide on. I did apply a little bit of lip balm before I did this just because it does make everything slide on a lot better. With a colour as dark as this, you do want to clean up the edges because any mistakes are very visible. And then I'm just going on top of that with a little bit of MAC Sin lipstick just to add a little bit of a reddish tint to it. So guys, this is the end of this makeup tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. This is definitely not a makeup look I would particularly wear, but you guys wanted to see some deep and dramatic looks for fall, and you guys know I will always perform, especially with the looks that I won't personally wear. I want to do it for you guys. Please give this video a like if you can because it helps me out a ton, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do put up new videos 3 times a week. Don't forget to also follow me on all social media. I am on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat, all under Makeup by Layla. I hope that you all have an amazing day. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video, and I will talk to you later. Bye guys!